Hello from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, or KLI as it is known. Today I'm flying to Manila on KLM Royal Dutch Airlines. That's correct, you heard it right. KLM has recently launched a fifth freedom route between Kuala Lumpur and Manila, so the aircraft does Amsterdam, Kuala Lumpur, Manila. I'm really keen to fly on KLM's new Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner on this route. KLM check-in counters are located in row F at the KLI main terminal, along with Emirates, Thai Airways and Philippine Airlines. There were hardly any queues and I managed to finish check-in in around 5 minutes. The terminal did not seem too crowded at this hour, even though this is the peak Hajj season and there are quite a few chartered Hajj special flights operating out of Kuala Lumpur. The customs checkpoint is finally operational again, and there were no queues here at all. As you have probably seen in my previous videos, the aerotrain service connecting the main and satellite terminals at KLI is currently suspended, and one needs to take a bus ride to the satellite terminal where most international flights depart from. KLM uses the Malaysia Airlines Golden Lounge at the KLI satellite terminal. It is a fabulous lounge. It's Malaysia Airlines' flagship lounge at Kuala Lumpur. As soon as you enter the lounge, you can immediately see how spacious it is. The interiors wear a nice cream and dark brown hue and feature traditional Malaysian artistic elements. So I've just arrived at the Malaysia Airlines Golden Lounge at the KLI satellite terminal. Our aircraft has just arrived from Amsterdam and I can actually see it right here at gate C32. Let's take a look at the food selection at the Malaysia Airlines Golden Lounge. As this is Malaysia Airlines' flagship lounge at its home base Kuala Lumpur, there is a wide selection of food items available, including both Malaysian and Western options. There is also a nice dessert menu for those of you with a sweet tooth. The lounge has two separate nap areas for male and female travelers. These feature a bunch of sofa beds placed in a room that is quiet and sufficiently dark. However, it won't block out any loud snoring sounds if you're a light sleeper. The lounge is also equipped with shower rooms, and you need to register at the counter outside the restroom area to get a set of bath towels. The showers were decent, but not the best I have seen at an airport. Okay, so after a short stay at the lounge, I am making my way to gate C32 where our aircraft has already arrived earlier from Amsterdam. I'm really looking forward to flying on the KLM 787-9 Dreamliner. A new Hard Rock Cafe has recently opened at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. I hope to visit this outlet next time, but it does look good from the outside. The flight looks decently occupied today on this leg to Manila, although the passengers you see here would include the ones that have arrived from Amsterdam earlier. Our ride to Manila today is a 5-year-old Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner named Orchid. Boarding is announced and business class passengers are invited to board the aircraft first, along with Flying Blue and Sky Team Elite status holders. So I've just boarded KL 805 to Manila. I'm seated in 5A today, which is a portside window seat. The cabin crew on KLM is fantastic as always, and they've just offered me a chill glass of champagne. Cheers! As this is an early evening departure out of Kuala Lumpur, dinner would be served on board. There are separate food and drink menus placed at the seat. There are two main meal options on this flight, and I chose the red snapper. There are plenty of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages available, including some of KLM's signature cocktails. The dedicated wine menu has a variety of red and white wines for you to choose from.
Small electronic devices may be used at all times, when set to airplane mode and secured in your hand or pocket. After you have selected airplane mode, feel free to turn on Bluetooth.
We pushed back around 10 minutes behind schedule, and the crew announced that our flying time to Manila would be roughly 3 hours and 15 minutes. Let's do a detailed seat review. As you may or may not have noticed, I moved myself to seat 7A after takeoff, as my original seat was missing a window. Anyway, the KLM 787-9 Dreamliners feature full lie-flat seats that are angled towards the window. There is a small footrest for, well, resting your feet, and it forms part of the bed once the seat is fully flat. The IFE screen is normally stored into its housing and can be released into the viewing position by pressing a button. The screen can be swiveled into multiple positions and can be stored away when not needed. The tray table is stored inside the left armrest and is released by pushing another button. It slides out easily and can be folded out to its full size. The table can be moved forward and backward and is decently sturdy and is large enough to hold the standard KLM issue meal tray. There are a set of buttons on the left armrest, and these control the in-seat lighting and seat recline. The buttons are situated flush inside the armrest but can be activated if you happen to place your elbow on top of them. The seat reclines smoothly and turns into a full flat bed. You can also choose from different reclining positions as per your preference. On the left wall is a wired IFE remote controller, headphone connector, and a reading lamp. There is a small storage cabinet next to the remote that can be opened by pressing yet another button. The cabinet holds the provided headphones and a bottle of water. It can be used to store your personal belongings like wallets or cell phones. There is a handy mirror built into the door of the cabinet for those of you that like to admire themselves while flying. The reading lamp can be adjusted into a variety of positions and is very useful even if the seat is completely flat. The seat is decently wide, although it's not the widest business class seat I've been on. The headrest is made of leather and can be adjusted as per your needs. There is also a large soft pillow provided at your seat. On the right is the extension of an enclosure that provides some level of privacy at the head level. There is also a pop-up armrest which can be released by pressing button number 4. The legroom on this seat should be enough for most folks, except if you are maybe 6.5 feet or taller. The business class seating configuration on KLM's Dreamliners allowed direct aisle access to every passenger, which should ideally be a standard in this day and age. Next to the footrest is a literature pocket and a universal power adapter as well as a USB charging port. Let's explore the IFE system on this aircraft. The IFE screen is pretty sharp and bright, and the colors show up quite nicely. There is a good selection of movies available, including some of the latest releases. There should be enough content for one to watch even on a long-haul flight. There's also a bunch of TV shows available, but I would have loved to see at least a few episodes of The Big Bang Theory. For those that want to relax without straining their eyes too much, there's also a good audio selection spanning different genres. Okay, let's now take a look at the flight information system. KLM's Dreamliners are equipped with a FlightPath 3D flight map and information system. This system shows you the real-time position of your aircraft on an interactive 3D map of the world. You can use your fingers to zoom in and out of the route as well as explore different parts of the world, including the cities that KLM flies to. The system also shows the progress of your flight, including the estimated time of arrival, which keeps getting updated in real time. KLM provides these wired noise cancellation headphones in business class. These closely resemble the Bose QC35s in form factor and have a similar kind of a fit around your head. The connector isn't your standard 3.5mm audio jack, but this strange looking magnetic contraption. The good thing about this magnetic connector though is that it is easy to snap on to the headphone jack. You can use the wired remote controller to control the IFE, as well as keep an eye on the progress of the flight while you watch a movie on the main screen. Right, let's kick off the culinary experience, shall we? I asked for the signature KLM Negroni cocktail, which was served with a plastic glass filled with salted nuts. The cocktail was full of flavor and refreshing, and I quite liked it. Dinner was served in some time, and for some reason I did not shoot a video of the meal. I was really hungry at the time and I totally forgot about it, but hey, at least we have some good photos. The fish was nicely cooked and seasoned well, and the meal was quite good overall. Hello again from somewhere over the South China Sea. It's 5 p.m. now and we are around an hour and a half away from landing into Manila. It's now time for the mandatory loo review. The restroom on this aircraft was of the standard 787 Dreamliner type, although this Delft blue house wall pattern adds a nice character to it. There is a compact diaper changing table that folds out like this. There's also this touch-free flush control which comes as a standard fitment on all Dreamliners. There are amenities like a body lotion, body mist, hand wash, and surprisingly a hair gel. The restroom was kept quite clean overall. Alright, let's take a walk through the entire aircraft. At the rear are two economy class cabins in a 333 seating configuration. The economy seats look quite modern and have a seat pitch of 31 inches. Just ahead of the economy cabin and separated by a curtain is the brand new premium economy cabin that KLM calls Premium Comfort. It consists of 3 rows in a 232 seating configuration. Finally, we have the World Business Class cabin up front in a 121 seating configuration. The crew rest area is also located at the front, just aft of the forward galley. The business class cabin had a roughly 50% occupancy on this flight. So we're roughly around an hour or so away from landing into Manila, and I wanted to show you what's my favorite part of any KLM business class flight. So I finally got KLM Delft Blue House number 100. This house was made to commemorate the 100th anniversary of KLM. I collect these KLM Delft Blue houses and I really wanted to get house number 100, and I finally got it on this flight. So really happy about this. The captain announced the commencement of our descent around 45 minutes before our scheduled arrival time. The cabin was bathed in this beautiful red-orange mood lighting as we continued our descent. Kinda reminded me of the Negroni cocktail I had earlier. The dreaded congestion at Manila airport meant that we were asked to do a few circuits before getting the clearance to begin our final approach. This meant an additional 15 minutes of flying time on this flight, but I for sure am not complaining.
Welcome to Manila. Please remain seated until the positive seatbelt signs have been switched off. Please be careful when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted and could fall out. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you for flying with KLM. It was a real pleasure having you on board with us today.
Good evening from Terminal 3 of Nina Aquino International Airport, Manila. We've just landed here after a delay of about 10 to 15 minutes due to air traffic congestion at Manila. It was a great flight with KLM as always. Really enjoyed it.
The immigration at Manila's Terminal 3 surprisingly took just about 5 minutes this evening, and I made my way to the baggage reclaim area. I arrived at the baggage reclaim area much before the bags started to roll out, but little did I know what was in store for me later. There was no sign of our bags even after an hour after landing. The entire bunch of passengers had arrived and were patiently waiting at the bell.
Alright, so I finally got my bag after about an hour and a half of waiting. The airport staff mentioned that they had a manpower problem and the bags have just started coming out now.
Manila's airport authorities really need to do something about the on-ground experience. The terminals here are always congested and the ground handling is stretched beyond limits.
Good evening from Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Manila. I finally made my way out of the terminal after about 2 hours post-arrival due to the delay in getting my bags. But here I am in Manila. Hope you enjoyed my flight on board KLM 787-9 Dreamliner. See you again on my next flight. Bye-bye.